What's going on, everybody? I'm excited. Yes, I am. It's a big goddamn show. Welcome to the Film Cave, episode number 89, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfecto. It's your boy, Knight.
What's up, everybody? Logan here. Big ass show. It was already pretty big. And then bombs were dropped from one of my favorite people in the world, Mr. Reynolds.
Absolutely.
And yeah, this is gonna be a fun show. We're gonna talk about it. Because I'm honestly like, I have nerves, I have excitement, I have all these things. So this is gonna be a therapy session. Let's get the fuck into it.
It show is. All right, y'all. Before we jump into it, 'cause I know y'all excited, because I sure am. And I want to talk about this shit. We got lots. We got the big news. We got some movie reviews. We got some trailers. We got some bit of everything. Before we get into it, be sure to hit that subscribe button, please. If you're watching live and or on playback, we appreciate it so much. Hit that thumbs up. Really helps the show reach a lot more people, as well as hitting the notification bell, because you want to be reminded when all these things drop, don't you? Come on now, it only makes sense. So, without further ado, good sir, are you ready?
Let's get this shit.
Let's get this shit on the goddamn road. For those of you who do not know, me and Logan are a couple of what?
Fucking nerds.
Fucking nerds, man, which means we talk about film any and all goddamn day. But sometimes we want to talk about other stuff. We cross the street, we see something nice and pretty. We're like, oh, damn, that looks good. But the world of film still finds a way to rear her beautiful head into the conversation, because why, sir?
Jealous ass bitch.
She's a jealous ass bitch. I mean, can we give her more than that today? Can we give her more than that? She blessed us with a lot today. This week.
Did she? I don't know, man.
I'll take him too.
Okay, how about this? She's a paranoid but pretty okay woman.
That's fine.
She's not jealous. She's not a bitch, but she's paranoid as fuck. She needs to calm it down.
Absolutely. We call this here segment. Hey. Yes, sir. I'm happy. It's a good show. It's out there in the world, bub. See what I did there?
Yes, I did.
Add some shit in.
What up, Ronan? What up, Movieverse? What up, Brian? Let's get it, guys.
What up, everybody? We got ourselves a show. Let's go, goddammit. Snake indeed. All right. We have a particular fashion which we go about out there in the world. Good sir. Do you want to tell the people what that would be?
That would be traditionary fashion, Alex.
Oh, we got some cuties. We cute, Logan.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
hello.
I already knew that.
That makes excuse the fuck out of me. All right, traditionary goddamn fashion, absolutely. So instead, fashion, good sir, please lead the way.
Yeah, I went to Montana this past weekend.
Hannah?
What?
Said Hannah?
No, Montana.
Oh.
And
thought it was Hannah Montana.
Well, yes, as well. But yeah, no, I'm exhausted as fuck. Been running around like crazy.
What do, Chris?
And it was for a wedding, and so I got back Saturday night. Barely, like I was an hour late to House of the Dragon, which we'll talk about. But because of that, there was a movie that I wanted to go see what people were talking about, and I was forced to go yesterday night to see the greatest movie of all time, in John's eyes.
It's fucking disgusting.
That would be Avatar. And they had some posters, so I grabbed some, of course. And then also, for no reason whatsoever,
burn it.
They had these posters.
Hey, there you go. Much better. There we go.
I was very happy about that.
That is much better.
Yeah, so saw Avatar last night, the remastered version in IMAX 3D. And just to give my quick thoughts on it, first of all, I had completely forgotten until the movie started that because I was like, oh, it won't be in IMAX, because they didn't even show it in IMAX when it came out. Like, it wasn't an IMAX movie. And like, I remember them talking about that. But it actually is shot in like 16:9 aspect ratio, like what the first Avengers was shot.
What up, Eric?
Where they kind of just did the whole sensor. So it basically was IMAX, which was pretty interesting. But first thing I want to say is I still fucking hate 3D. Completely unnecessary.
I still fucking hate that movie.
It puts stuff out of focus that doesn't need to be. It makes things just look weird at different points, and then at the end of the day, the glasses hurt the fuck out of my head, and I had to mess with them the whole time to find a different spot for them to be comfortable, and it's just not the way I ever want to see a movie ever again. This sold that for me. So I'm really hoping when the sequel comes out in a couple months, they do have some IMAX 2D showtimes for me, because I really fucking hate 3D. Completely unnecessary. But with that being said, been a long time since I've seen that movie. I obviously know it because I've seen bits and pieces of it a million times, kind of from being on TV or whatever it may be. And I hate to tell you, man, but the movie's pretty damn good. I completely get that, you know, it's a simple movie, but at the end of the day, the world that they like, the movie is really meant to just get you into the world, and the world of Pandora is fucking incredible. So detailed, so thought out. I just love that, like, everything in that sense is so original. Like, they had to just go deep and figure out basically how evolution could take place in certain areas, and that was different from Earth and whatever. And I really enjoy the movie. Is it the greatest movie of all time? And should it be even remotely close box office wise? God damn fuck no. Like, it's not like that at all. But
Hashtag re-release Endgame.
The movie has epicness. That's the thing. They got to wait for 10 years, and then it'll probably skyrocket that box office. If you did it this soon, it wouldn't get what you get. But anyway, I really enjoy the movie. It's got legitimate, like, epicness. Like, it's somehow in its long runtime, but under 3-hour runtime, it gets you to the point where you have a story, you have characters that are deep, that are doing their own personal things, and then you somehow get, obviously not on the same level, but like Avengers Assemble level epicness war by the end, where it's like, how the fuck did I go from, like, guy in a wheelchair that's just now figuring out how to get in this body to leading a war? And, like, somehow it took me on that journey, and it didn't skip too much, and it didn't, so I was actually, like, I was pleasantly surprised. And so, yeah, the only thing that really sucked about it was 3D. Not to mention that it was a Monday night, and my AMC, they literally have like 2 people on staff because AMC's broke, and it's a Monday night. And so I had one person behind the concession stand and got some popcorn and a drink, and then no one was scanning tickets, and you just had to get your own 3D glasses outside the IMAX theater. Like,
good, they shouldn't have paid for it anyway.
It's pretty funny, but I really like Avatar. Like, I'm actually, after seeing this, because now all the setup is taking place, and you can't go super, like, you have to go more original now, because you did so much. You literally brought all the clans together and did a massive war in the first movie. What the fuck's next? Like, you have to go very different. And so I'm actually pretty excited. Only thing is, they did show like a 2 or 3 minute sneak peek for the sequel, and the clip that they decided to show was boring as all fucking hell. I don't know why they chose that clip.
Oh, like
it's
Avatar.
literally just some young avatars swimming. And you do get to see a different species of Navi or whatever that are meant for the water, but still, it was like, I don't know why they chose that. It's just a throwaway clip that's boring as fuck. So, yeah.
Lovely. All right. So, I didn't have anything for out there in the world but a little trailer, but we can talk about that towards the end of the show. I want to talk about the big ass announcement that we got. Do you have anything else for out Zanzi world, good sir?
Now let's get it.
Perfect. Let's do it, because we got some people in here and everyone's in it. I want to talk about the big one. That's what everybody is here for. So let's
get it going, man.
Let's start off. All right, y'all. Hugh Jackman is fucking back. God damn it, yes, he is. Today, incredibly just at random, by the way,
100%.
Ryan Reynolds decided to say, hey, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fuck up the internet. And that's exactly what he did. I'm going to drop this here little video, making it seem like, hey, we're just having a little Avatar, Jesus Christ, a little Deadpool 3 announcement update for the people. And it's starting off, regular little in Ryan Reynolds fashion. That gets a joke. Nothing's going. I was like, yeah, sorry we missed D23, but I was too busy trying to make sure everything's great, with this film, and his MCU has to be perfect, yada, yada, yada. And all of a sudden, in the background, a gorgeous man just starts walking that we all love. It's like, who the fuck? And it's like, hey, Hugh, you want to play Wolverine then? Yeah, sure, Ryan. Why not? And that's basically all the fuck is. And we get a date. 9/24 or 9/6/24. And Deadpool 3 officially will have Hugh Jackman don the claws again as Wolverine in the MC fucking U. Oh, it's fucking glorious. This made me, I tell you, I was at work.
Yeah.
When I tell you, it was just awkward because I let out just such a scream and fucking happy smile to the point of excitement and just teary-eyed and beauty. That's how I was at work, awkward. And that's what it looks like. Kenya, am I lagging like crazy? Every time I move, I feel like I'm lagging.
You're lagging
Okay,
on my end
cool.
too. I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. My Wi-Fi sign keeps popping up, so I guess that's why I'm just being an asshole today.
Am I lagging though?
But yes, so Hugh Jackman is back. Man, this makes me so fucking excited. Of course, it's causing some discourse amongst the world of the internet, in which we will get to. But how do you feel? Where were you got the news? What's going on in your head?
So I got the news because my fucking outside fridge went out today in the garage that has like all my drinks, all my alcohol, frozen pizzas, big bags of chicken breasts to make for dinner, next week, whatever. Go outside and that shit's fucking dead. So I got to throw away a bunch of stuff, and then I was on my way to look at replacement refrigerators, and I was like, what the fuck is this video? Like, all of a sudden people were like tweeting about Deadpool, and I was like, oh shit. And so I looked up, somehow, I don't know what it was that first popped up on my phone, but it did not say anything about Wolverine. And it just said,
right,
like, what Ryan Reynolds just posted is crazy or something. And I was like, what? And so I went to Twitter and Ryan Reynolds and opened it up and played that video. And I was like, motherfucker, that's wild. But to be honest, my first thought is complete and utter nervousness, like absolutely terrified because of how good Logan is and how good of a send-off that is for Hugh Jackman. A 99 out of 100 times if somebody said, which would you prefer, to bring him back or not, I would 99 times say no. Do not bring him back, please, for the love of God, especially because he's getting up there in age and doesn't want to bulk up and things like that. So they obviously have to figure that out. But at the end of the day, I'm hoping, like we said on Twitter a little bit, that this is a multiverse story. This is obviously not the same Logan that we saw, because even technically you could say Logan is a multiverse story, and that's a different, so I'm more excited now than I was the second I saw it. But at the end of the day, what really gets me fucking hyped is that Deadpool logo. Obviously, it's got the claws through it, which makes me think, they might do some fighting, which would be dope. But what really gets me excited is seeing above that, it says Marvel Studios.
Yes.
And I'm like, you're fucking right, it does. Even though I've not been happy with a lot of stuff Marvel has done movie-wise recently and all those kinds of things, and that's why I'm nervous. But at the end of the day, it's a multiverse story, blah, blah, blah. Deadpool is not this is not a different Deadpool. He breaks the fourth wall. He's going to be like, I'm apparently somewhere else. Like, what the
some
fuck?
deal going on the fucking. So I'm
Yeah.
here now.
So
What's going on?
I mean,
Everybody
I'm
looks
very
so
excited
different.
for that, and also like what Kenya said is true. If we could get an R-rated, very different interpretation of Wolverine from Hugh Jackman, that's absolutely batshit, give it to me. Like, it would be cool as shit. So now I'm just hoping and praying that it's not that fucking road trip movie that they were talking about. And
I
this is like
doubt it's the road trip movie.
Yeah, I hope this is a real movie and not that bullshit, but we'll see.
It definitely is. I'm extremely fucking excited. For the rated R, to get a possible different take, but still kind of the old. When it comes to just Hugh back, and just fucking Hugh back, one of the greatest fucking character performances to page to whatever you want to fucking call it. We're getting that back in something we've always wanted with a Deadpool team up that should have been done years ago, but Fox and them were stupid. And now we get it in its proper setting. And I'm very excited. And I see the people online, and it frustrates me. I get it, I really do. But it frustrates me. If this was literally like, hey, I'm the same fucking Logan, I'm digging you up from the ground, let's go, here we go, then I'd be pissed. They're like, it's fucking stupid. But this is clearly not the same goddamn thing. It's an entirely different universe. That story is done and is done beautifully. This is our MCU, at least one time Wolverine, until they figure something out, and I'm sure they'll switch it out down the road and it'll be a whole new fucking thing.
Yeah.
Because we're dealing with multiverse. And Eric just brought that up. That pissed me off royally.
I don't even know what you're talking about. Let me look that up.
Before we get into that, I understand people's I get people's hesitancy, but what they're saying is what's pissing me off, because it makes no sense, because it's not the same, it's completely different. If you want to make the argument for Hugh Jackman, got it. But hey, they know what they're doing. Hugh is coming back. It's for a reason. He saw something he liked. It served a story they're trying to tell. So I'm not really worried in that aspect. So James Mangold tweeted a gif of Wolverine dying from his movie Logan. Now, my issue with this is I find it distasteful, because it's something that you're kind of, hey, this is my thing, I ended it, his story's done, yada, yada, yada. As a filmmaker, somebody in the industry, you don't do that to others, and especially if it's not shitting on what you've done. You haven't even fucking seen it yet, but you're gonna go take a jab at other filmmakers who clearly have a vision that stems outside of what you've done and is completely different. This was the Danny Elfman move to me, where Danny Elfman was like, there's only one Batman theme, that's it. But what? No, motherfucker, what are you talking about? This was very that for me. I was just disappointed. That's very distasteful. And you don't do that. You had your thing, you done it, it was a masterpiece. Now we're doing something different. This isn't your opportunity to take a jab at that just because it's happening. You were not the centerfold of that character, that story, or anything. You just did something masterful with it. That's like fucking that's like when Ben Affleck got cast, Christopher Nolan's like, my story ended, bud, what are you doing? No, motherfucker. It's Batman. We can take whatever. Yeah. So that just frustrated me. Yeah.
So
go ahead. Sorry.
Can I say something real quick? So you started talking about it. I had no idea what y'all were talking about. So I looked it up. I just went to James Mangold's Twitter and typed in his username, went to it, and the first thing I saw was that GIF. In no way, shape, or form did I take that as a dig at all. I just took that as him posting a GIF of the character that he made a movie with in that scene. And it's just Wolverine GIF of I could see that as him just being like, oh, they're using him again. Like, here's something from it. So the way y'all were talking, I thought I was gonna see like a reply to someone or like an actual just straight up post of him going, not a big fan of this.
No,
Like,
it's just
I killed
subtlety.
him. But I don't see anything like that. I just see it more so as him just posting, you know, a badass clip from the movie that he made, you know, with the same character, you know. So I don't know. It's pretty funny.
Sweetheart.
At the end of the day, he is correct that they shouldn't bring him back, but you know, we're gonna get it, and hopefully it's great. Because at the end of the day, like what you said is true. It's multiverse. You can do whatever you want, whatever. But me, as someone who is a diehard fan of so many of these movies and things like that, I will be the first to admit that Multiverse of Madness drastically hurt Patrick Stewart's Professor X for me. Even though it's a completely different one and all those things, he gets made a bitch. We get to watch him die a different way again. It's the same reason why as soon as we see, like before Multiverse of Madness, I was saying John Krasinski, Reed Richards, fucking give it to me, it'd be awesome. We saw it. He's a bitch. I don't want him in the role because he looks fucking terrible now. They ruined that casting. And it's not that harsh for Patrick Stewart, but it definitely hurts it. So then you give me an MCU Wolverine. I'm nervous because if they make it too campy, then it could be, you know, a struggle for me. But at the end of the day, this is supposed to be the first R-rated, you know, MCU movie. Hopefully they understand that. But at the same time, you know, Sean Levy doesn't get me too excited. So we'll just have to see. It seems to me like they're just, Hugh Jackman heard the idea, said, oh, you're going to give me $20 million? Let's fucking do it, man. Why not?
I think this is a lot of people, especially with two people who their characters are very near and dear to them, that I don't think, especially of this magnitude, bringing him back would be made as a joke or a throwaway or some type of
like Professor X
bullshit. Yes, but that's not to say you got fucking Sam Raimi and other random motherfuckers attached. I was like, yeah, get Professor X. People love that. And listen, no, this I feel like it's a lot more close to the chest. Obviously, it is, but I don't think Hugh would come back unless it was absolute. Like, you know what, I believe in this. For me to go back on my shit,
paycheck,
and be like, hey, no.
If they gave you $20 million,
it's not. I'm like, it'll be great, but I obviously have some say. But like, if it started off shit, I'm like, hey, you got me, but we're gonna change some shit up, just like you did for Logan. It's like, this is how I want it. Same thing with Deadpool. I believe that. I think not everyone is about just money. Sometimes there are definitely people about that. Absolutely. But I think it's a lot more than that.
I guess it's also me, someone who really dislikes Deadpool 2. And that was the one that Ryan got more control over and, you know, got rid of the first one's director and all those things. And it was because Ryan had the vision and it's Ryan's character. And then I see the movie and I drastically hate it much more than I love the first one. And so, you know, I kind of look at it because that was a money thing and a control thing. And so at the end of the day, actors are actors and they're not gonna, if the money's there, they're gonna go to the money. I mean, if they want it. So we'll see. I'm going to be trepidatious, but at the end of the day, it's obvious that unlike a Patrick Stewart, where that was kept a secret for as long as it could be because it's a cameo, this is a Wolverine. He is a, you know, side character in the movie at the least, if not, you know, a lead. So we'll see. I hope that it's so fucking different from anything that Hugh Jackman has done as Wolverine as of yet, to where there is no way anyone could say it's not, you know, that it is the same one. But also with how old he is and how ripped he would have to be, I'm guessing he's going to be in a full suit the whole time, not, you know, taking his shirt off, going full.
Just get ripped.
I don't think that he
not
would
like the man
want to do that
right now.
No, but I mean, he's talked about
I
how
don't think
much
he's
he
gonna go to
fucking
the
hates
full
that.
extent. He'll go Logan extent. Well, he wasn't like the Wolverine or Days of Future Past Wolverine, where Logan was just
Yeah.
like, cool, I'm in good shape. Like I think that's what
And-
he'll be. He's not gonna go like Days of Future Past Ham and all that.
But
shit.
that's also the thing too, for me personally. If this was the story, I would much prefer them to just recast to where it's a young guy that can do crazy shit. And this is Hugh Jackman come back. He's 53 right now, and they haven't even filmed it yet. And you know, he's been on Broadway, thinning up, dancing, and singing.
Right.
Like,
the man's stamina and everything is still there. You can do it. I'm not worried about him. Ow.
I don't know,
He's
man.
been in good shape.
We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. I'm hoping that it's everything we want and more. That would be great.
I'm gonna have faith. I'm gonna be excited and hold on to this shit. I think it's going to be great, but we shall see. Time will tell. We have 2 years to have it all. Well, I guess not sold upon us, but see which direction that they're going.
Yeah.
Because these motherfuckers already blew up the internet and their job is done. Now they just need to tell us what the fuck is going on. Ease everybody's, even though it has no easing, because completely fucking obvious that, hey, this is a completely different Logan. This isn't fucking the Logan that died and all type of shit. So we will see where it goes. Rated R, which I'm more than happy with. Do you think we're getting the suit?
Yeah, for sure. That's the thing is
Yeah.
I don't think we'll even see him shirtless. Like I think that we'll see him in
I honestly don't think we'll either.
Yeah, I think we'll see him in a
I think we'll
fully
see him in a
covered suit that has pads in it, and he'll look like Shazam.
No pads. He'll be him out. If anything, he'll have his ass out, his arms out.
Correct.
He'll be covered, and then the arms will be out, and he'll be like,
Yeah.
because have all those veins and crazy shit going crazy. But he definitely won't be padded. I don't think so.
Got plenty of time to make sure that writing is crisp too for the movie. No, you don't. It comes out in less than 2 years, and you have to film it. It's going to take 4 or 5 months to film.
Well, they've already been writing it.
Yeah, correct. But like that's not.
So they have however long, and then.
But also, how long have?
Well, they've already been writing it, and then it's still more time.
Have they been writing it? Because they just announced that he signed on. You know,
yes.
I would probably bet
conversation millions of times. Just because
I would bet you
it just happens.
No, but I would bet you're going to tell me right now that there wasn't 2 different movies in case that he said no.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
B, absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they did not announce this at D23, and if he was signed on to do it, they probably would announce that shit. So.
I don't know. I just think they want to do it in their own kind of way because D3 was fucking D3. What is happening with me today? I guess I'm not excited. I can't talk. D23 was a letdown. It's kind of like you have nothing else to go on. We're gonna do our own thing, I guess.
Oh, really? You don't think that if they just announced this one fucking thing, it would have saved D23, and they might have done that if it was legally possible?
It would have. Absolutely.
I mean, golly,
it's Ryan Reynolds. We'll see.
But like for Blade, that guy had been signed on for like 5 days, and they were like, "Oh shit, let's blow the roof off this bitch." And they were like, "We don't have a script, haven't been writing shit. We have no idea what we're gonna do, but we got this actor. He wants to do it." So, you know, if it's legal, if they got shit in writing, true, they're gonna let you know. And I don't know, man. We'll see.
We'll see. I have faith. Though. I have faith. I'm just excited my boy is here. So, do we think? Because, yeah, he does that. Like I said, that man stays in shape constantly. I think he'll be like 60 and 70 along some Stephen Lang shit and still look fucking great. You know who Stephen Lang is, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. What was I gonna say? So, do you think he's one and done? Or are we keeping him going for like a little bit?
Well, Ryan does say, do you want to play Wolverine one more time?
Yeah, he does.
Also, right. Stephen Lang's an Avatar, my guy, just so you know.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't know if, listen, you don't watch movies like that. I don't know, you know.
But no, yeah, it's a one and done for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a one and done. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, yeah, that's MCU. He had his Fox Swan song. I was gonna have his MCU Swan song. Are we getting Daphne King Wolverine? Or are we getting a new Logan in the future?
Oh, that's a good question. That's the thing, is this kind of throws a wrench into all that, to where I could just see them never doing Wolverine again. You know, just doing X-Men without a Wolverine. You know, like, because for all we know, they might. Yeah, because I mean, we could be 15 years from them doing an X-Men, and we might just have like mutant shit show up. But you know, I don't know, because this messes things up. Like, I saw Multiverse of Madness and I watched the smartest man in the universe get turned into spaghetti, and I immediately was like, what the fuck are they gonna do with his movie now? Because his character is a bitch. Like, all of them. Like, Captain Carter, fucking bitch. Like, none of y'all are fucking, because, and we all have to admit that the worst one out of those was the Captain Marvel. She died from fucking rocks.
And so wasted. God.
And after she flew through a building, and then she dies from it falling on her. It's like, what is this shit? So like,
it's really stupid.
I am nervous because
I just don't even count that with anything. That movie, I just let it go. It happened. Just
okay,
let it go.
okay.
Let it go.
But I'm worried that they will hurt the character of Wolverine in the MCU, because yeah, at the end of the day, I would have preferred them announce. Can you imagine if they said, "Hey, Deadpool 3, Wolverine, surprise, it's Zach fucking Efron"? Like, that would have gotten people.
I'm glad they didn't.
So excited, because there would have been a future where I'm gonna fucking laugh my ass off.
I would have been excited with that separately, because it's like that would have been. I feel like that would have been met with backlash as well, because like, wait, we finally get a Wolverine and Deadpool, like, well, one is fucking Zac Efron and not Hugh. I feel like, you know, that would have happened, but I'm not mad about Zach if it would have been in something separate.
Yeah, I'm the wrong person, I guess, to say that too, because I don't care about Wolverine being with Deadpool at all, like 0%. Because at the end of the day, what this tells me,
a lot of these things, motherfucker,
is they don't have a great story. So let's bring in a fucking monstrous character to tag team along.
That's true.
And we'll break the box office, and hopefully people don't realize that the movie's kind of shit. It's exactly what they did with Cable.
I don't think that's true. I think hurt by the MCU. I understand.
Yeah, you're damn right. And guess what? They're still doing the same shit.
I don't think that's true. Right. I don't think that's true. Possible? Yes. But I don't think it. I just can't believe that. And like I said, you're coming from different standpoints than I am.
What I want people to think about, what I want people to think about is the possibility that someone else has also, you know, redone their deal and their contract, and this is actually the end of Deadpool as well. And that is when I will laugh my fucking ass off whenever they say, oh no, we're going to do a one and done. It's going to be the send off for both of these characters. And yeah, because what are we going to do? We're going to have Deadpool show up in this universe, fuck around, and then jump again? Like,
what do you mean jump again?
Is that, if this is not is Wolverine coming to our universe?
This is gonna be a new thing, so he's gonna be
in
the universe of one of the many multi.
Well, so that's what I'm saying is, though. Then why are you asking? You know, what other Wolverine are we gonna see? If this is our Wolverine, then this is our Wolverine. It's a one and done. We're never gonna see him again.
Well, yeah. Well, for Hugh, yes. For Hugh, we're not.
But what I'm saying
Zach,
is,
whoever else, yes.
What is like Endgame timeline Wolverine? Is this that one, or is Deadpool in a different universe?
No, it's all in this one, Endgame. I guess you want to go for that. It's all in that universe. So every now multiverse is here, mutants are here, everything. So now we have them. It's not continuing
So-
from any other universe.
Yeah, correct. So then what I'm saying is there's not another Tony Stark in the Endgame universe. So if Hugh Jackman is our Logan, then there is no other one that's going to show up. Unless they multiverse poofed him
Not in
over.
this one. Right. I'm about to say, he had to
And
be a
that would be-
multiverse. Yeah.
And I'd absolutely hate that. Because the multiverse side of this is that, hey, there is a Logan here already, and he still looks like Hugh Jackman. Unless they're going to send Deadpool from Fox's to a random one, spend some time with Hugh Jackman in a different way, and then come to the MCU main timeline and have, a Zac Efron, whatever you want to say. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
So
they
that's
could.
like, I guess one reason why is because I fucking hated how in Deadpool 2 he's time traveling. Like, Deadpool has no reason to be jumping around like that. And the last thing I want is for him to now be doing that with the multiverse and just jumping around fucking people up. Unless that's legitimately his franchise and they never bring him in and they just keep him separate forever and just have him fuck up randomly casted MCU universes until Ryan's done. And then that could be kind of funny. So, like,
I don't know. I'd see that. Like I said, I have faith in their story and what they're going to do. And I feel like they're going to handle it right. If they want to do Deadpool on his own multiverse thing, that could be fun. And still pop him in for ours when we need him, and then be like, here, go do your own thing again. That could possibly be it. He could come into another fucking universe, and it's Hugh Jackman, cool. Now you're here for ours, and it's fucking Zac Efron. It could be that too. But either way, I feel like they'll handle it well. Handle it good. We have a lot of fucking passionate people behind it, so that only makes me excited. But we shall see. Only time will tell within 2 years that we do.
that's correct.
Like I said, I understand you've been hurt, you're jaded. I get it, but we must have hope. The light of darkness in the tunnel, there must always be hope. Yeah,
You know what I would honestly tell you is if they had announced and we're switching it up, it's actually going to be a Disney Plus series, I would have got more hyped. Because the Disney Plus series have been better than the movies, and so at least I would know, hey, they've written enough content to fill some shit out. But we'll just have to see. This will obviously make $1 billion, and that's where I look at it as it could be unbelievable, or it could be a Batman versus Superman, where they're like, just get two massive characters, and who the fuck cares? It's gonna kill. It's like, well, you made a garbage fucking movie. Like, it doesn't matter that you had cool ideas. You didn't take the time to flesh it out and get the writing right, and you fucked it. So I just hope that they don't fuck it, because I feel like Deadpool 2 is not, compared to the first one, it's not great. And so I'm hoping that they've taken the time and figured this shit out.
Oh yeah, compared to the first one, the first one's a fucking classic.
But
I still
also,
like
it's
Deadpool
possible
2.
that they have been writing this one, and they were like, hey, let's ask Hugh. If he says no, we'll recast. And they could be that too, And maybe it's just a Wolverine side, it's a Wolverine story. So I'd be down for that, because that's what I don't need. Is I don't need another send off. I don't need some, it's supposed to be beautiful. Like, no, fuck around. Like,
I don't think we're getting beautiful yet. No, it's not gonna be. No. It's not gonna be that. I just want to see some Weapon X smirk with the mouth shit and just fucking go ham, bloody limbs flying, everything. And I love it.
I do want to give just one thing. This is obvious, but it is funny still to me that Ryan Reynolds posting this video just as a final, like, hey, you did a great job. The caption on Twitter is hard keeping my mouth sewn shut about this one.
Yeah,
and that makes me happy. So
yeah, Kenya's right. Well, Kenya's right about the expectations. They're fucking huge now. Yes, they are. Good job. And we now have another to pop into our phase 6. So our slate is filling, which is great. The Wolverine will turn Super Saiyan. I got more than. Yeah, I think we're going to see Berserker in this. I hope.
I would be. I can't wait to see what your face makes. But when I tell you right now, I would be okay with them figuring out how to CGI Hugh Jackman and make him 5'3". Like, do a full a full face swap.
No, that'd be fucking frightening. No, please
Exactly.
don't.
Like, it is.
Please
They
don't
could
do
go
that.
because that's y'all keep saying
Please don't
Berserker,
do
and at the end of the day, like that's one thing that is funny to me. But like in Logan, he goes berserk. You know, he gets that stuff, goes berserk, but he's still like old, and so I wasn't that afraid of him. Like I didn't feel like berserker. Like I didn't feel that with him. I just felt like that was as capable as he could be at that time, Wolverine. And so what I want is that Weapon X Logan that we saw. Where was that? Apocalypse? It's fucking terrible. But like yoked and like an animal.
We'll get that in.
He's 50 something. Like I don't think y'all realize like
he can still have veins and big arms and but he's 50 something. I'm not dead. He can still get in shape. He can still get in shape.
I guess I'm hoping I guess
now.
I'm being hopeful for VFX and for reshoots purposes. I'm hoping they're filming soon. Like I'm hoping they're starting to film in like January. And
yeah, I think so. I think filming will start soon.
In 4 months?
I think they'll start filming soon for sure. You have to. And it's like, just get your diet, get yoked up. This is your only thing immediate on your slate. Do that. And then just go back to, all right, I'm living my life chilling. I don't need to do nothing. Yeah. And I think that's what will happen. And we'll get the Berserker. We'll get the shape. He can still move, dance around, kick limbs, and be all I got stamina and shit. And then we're good to go. God, please protect them both from now until then. Don't let anything happen, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he'll be fine. I'm not worried about his shape, athleticism, or stamina at all. When he starts hitting about 70, they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, you shouldn't be doing this shit. 70. Or maybe you still can. Yeah, he's in his 50s. He's not fucking dead. He still looks great. He can still move.
He's gonna be yoked at 70. You just said the motherfucker's not even gonna be fucking active anymore. He doesn't care anymore after that.
He'll be old man Jack, and when he's 70. But like I'm 70, but I still got body. Because how old is Lang? He's in his 60s right now, right? Good old Slang.
See, that's an actor that needs work.
That's true. But
70.
Yeah, absolutely. He still fucking looks great.
What's
let's talk about physical wise.
Oh God, name's escaping me. J.K. Simmons. He's a better example of like he just got jacked because why the fuck not?
Right.
And
right.
And goddamn did he get jacked.
Yes,
like
he did. That's what I'm saying.
Why the fuck did you do that, sir?
I have no idea. I was waiting for some type of announcement. Like, nah. Just wanted to do it.
Just wanted to do it, man. I wanted to show people I could do it. And let me grow out a crazy beard to really scare the piss out of people. I mean, like,
absolutely.
What?
That's
yeah,
fair. But all right, because I think we're good at it because we can keep this fucking going all fucking show. But we have a lot to get to. So if you guys stuck around this long, if you're new, please hit that subscribe button. We thank you. Hit that thumbs up. Let us know if there's anything we missed or you want to dive deeper into. Or you will have time at the end of the show to go to it and we will talk about it. All right. So, goddamn, where do we start? All right, let's get these little lovelies out the way. Do you want to start with the trailer first or you want to start with movies first?
What movies? The ones you saw?
Yeah.
Yeah, you go first on that.
Okay. Because you haven't seen any of these. Yeah, right?
No.
Oh, shit. Okay. So, I've seen some movies this past, 2 weeks until now. And I'm going to say that I'm going to talk about them today with you all. Now, do you want me to I just won't go into full spoilers because you're planning on seeing some of these still, right? Or
Okay, I definitely want to see the Woman King
Okay.
now. So I would
So
appreciate,
I won't
you know,
spoil that. Um,
like some other ones, like you said, one of the horror ones. I don't give a fuck about that. Go ahead.
yeah. And I have a feeling once I talk about it, you won't either.
Okay.
So I've seen a few. So we're gonna start with I've seen Pearl, Don't Worry, Darling, and The Woman King.
Don't worry, darling. That's right.
Tried to see Clerks 3, but that shit wasn't playing anywhere.
In New
But
York.
it's showing that it was. I'm like, where the fuck are the showings? So I'm guessing it's like really fucking limited.
Yeah.
So okay. I'm gonna start with Lovely Pearl. So I saw a movie that is the second out of 3 movies. For those of you who do not know, this is a prequel to X, and we all know how I felt about X. That was one of the biggest fucking ass movies I've ever seen in my life. Just filled with hype, went to go see it, trash. This movie, built with fucking hype, went to go see it. I went to go see it in a theater where I was one of 3.
Oh, no shit.
Yes,
funny.
one of 3. So Pearl stars Mia Goth as the prequel to X, starring as namesake Pearl, who was the murderous, horny-ass old woman in X. This expands upon her story, showing her how she came up, her dreams, her life, how she turned and snapped and became the woman we know her to be. Mia Goth is very fucking great in this.
Oh wow.
Like,
Okay.
amazingly so. She has a monologue that is just fucking wow. Good job. Like, phenomenal. X was not that bad, relax. It was a decent movie. You're bugging. You like movies that are very questionable, sir. You cannot at this moment. So, outside of that, this movie was dog shit. It has been years and years to where in the middle of a movie, I just didn't give a fuck. And I went off to see what the outside of the movie theater was like and came back.
Are you serious?
I walked out. I was like, I just don't care what's happening right now. I went to go venture to other things. I stepped outside. And then I came back to see how it finished. And nothing changed.
Okay.
She is a saving grace of this movie. The way it's shot and edited is phenomenal. Absolutely.
Okay.
Very technicolor, beautiful use of it, and it's edited. Yes. Ty West, the director, and Mia Goth both wrote this film. I see it now. While I was watching, I was like, okay, got it. It's slow, it's boring, it's uneventful, it just doesn't go anywhere. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, we try to see her progression and while she does it, and just random things happen. It's like, you're just going for something here, aren't you? I am not seeing the third installment. I give no shit. Maxine is a dub for me. They say, oh, it's so much more bloodier than X and gory and this and that's a bloody good time. Cool. It is not. Like, time goes on to even see remotely bit of like a first type kill, and it was like little stabs, boring death scenes. I haven't walked out in the movie in I don't know how long.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm good. I'm done on this.
Crazy.
Those 2 movies can go kick rocks. I'm good.
So I do want to ask, just really quick, sorry to interrupt,
No, please.
but why does Pearl have an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics and an 81% from audience? Why is it
I'm still
positive?
trying to figure it out. I have no idea.
Okay.
It was the same thing with X. I have no idea. I could not tell you. Other than a technical achievement, like standpoint, I could not tell you. The movies bored the living hell out of me. And I'm one. You know this. I'm one to be like, listen, a movie is, if it's set up to be a certain type of way, enjoy it for what it is or what they delivered. I'm very optimistic on things. I cannot be with these movies, and I've tried. I just can't.
I mean, reading these reviews is very interesting on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, okay, so top one, just real quick, I'll read off 3 of them. Top one is to what you were saying. Goth would be recognized by awards bodies everywhere if people who cared about movie awards watched movies like Pearl. Do you think that's true, or did she have one good monologue?
So, it was definitely the monologue.
Okay.
Her performance overall, like I said, fucking amazing.
Yeah.
The monologue is what said it, like, oh, this can be looked at. Because it's literally about a good 5 minutes or so. It's long as fuck of just her just going, not breaking, and it's amazing. But other than that, yeah, it's great performance. She put it all into it. She's very versatile in it, but it was the monologue. That was it.
So another one here. Pearl is an unsettling homage to a long-lost era with Mia Goth's incredible central performance bringing American Psycho vibes to a small town. How are you a fan of American Psycho?
First part, horrible. The second part of that, yes. It's very American Psycho-y. I will say that. Because she is the loner out of that. And yes, that's the point, Kenya. If I'm only watching half of it and coming back, it fucking sucks. It's very much that. Like I said, she brings a very unsettling nerve to the character, and she's very unhinged. Like, 1 minute she's dancing around saying, "I'm gonna be a star." Meanwhile, she's fucking scarecrows, and then the next she's saying, "I want to get out of this town. I hate my family and shit."
Okay, interesting.
That's actually another story that I cannot tell on the air, which I will, which I will tell. Prior things came up that got my attention a little more, and then fell through, and I came back.
Yikes. Right. So no, you came back upset as fuck, is what you did. You came back getting ready to get disappointed by the fucking ending of that movie.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. I was like, oh, cool, all right, and then came back. So yeah, so that was Pearl. Please, y'all go see it if you want to. Don't let me deter you if you really was like, oh, this is my most anticipated or whatever the fuck. Go see it. Make up your own, but this movie sucked booty ass for me. And yeah, I'm not sorry. It sucked. Okay. So now the other. And this one is attached to quite some controversy, which I'm surprised you haven't seen. I thought you would have, honestly.
Yeah, no, I don't care.
No, Kenya. Not at all. Not at all. It was still bad. If it was great, I wouldn't have left no matter what. Okay. Don't worry, don't worry, darling. I saw her. This is something I instantly, obviously from get, was interested in seeing. Like, yeah, I definitely want to go see this. Controversy and everything else surrounding it obviously upped the ante of natural curiosity. So I went to go see Miss P and Olivia Wilde's film with Sir Harry Styles. The thriller, and I can't say anything without giving too much away, but you know, it's just this husband and wife in a small town where shit is going wrong. It does not seem, not everything is what it seems. I won't go into spoilers, obviously. This movie was not bad. It was a good film until the ending, and it kind of falls apart from there.
Okay.
Olivia Wilde, great fucking directing, like out the gate. The shots, cinematography, thing is
Okay.
handled. Surprised the fuck out of me. I was like, whoa, okay. Because is this her first? No, it's not her first. She did Booksmart, so that's true. But
Did she do
this,
Booksmart?
she did Booksmart, yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
This was directed beautifully. I was like, wow, good job, bravo. Her performance, great. Florence, great. Chris, great. Harry,
Oh no way.
Harry, he was definitely the weak link out of everyone. He wasn't horrible. It just wasn't up to par with everybody else. His moments of emotion was anything but that. Like if I'm mad and I'm yelling, it was just simple, I'm mad and I'm yelling. Like there was nothing being conveyed. Like I don't feel this. Like your face isn't showing me anything outside of you just yelling. Excuse me. The writing, good. Like I said, this film's weak point is the ending. When it tries to wrap everything up and give you the reason why and showing you what is actually happening, it's like, oh, that's what it is. Oh, okay. And that was a little frustrating. Because it set you up from all of this just to let you down bad. How can I put this? What was I gonna say? Music was cool. Florence carried, which is Florence. She always usually does. Yeah. So you can't go wrong with that. I would have preferred Shia. I feel like he would have done wonders for this. And especially what he was given, like the character. I feel like Shia would have been obviously miles better than Styles.
So I don't, obviously I know you don't want to spoil things, and I appreciate that. But so that's one thing that was interesting to me, seeing the trailer, seeing, Chris Pine's in it, correct? That's who's in that. Yeah. And the way Chris Pine looks, the way Harry Styles looks, I was like, oh, Shia doesn't fit in that world at all, of like the pretty boy. But what you're saying, it sounds like at least that maybe the character that Harry plays, the trailers didn't necessarily show that it could have been Shia in some good ways.
It could have. And he can do, Shia can do the dapper, like put him in a suit, slick back and clean shape. Like he's good.
Sure.
He can do that.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to tiptoe around this shit.
You can spoil it. I don't really care. I'm not going to watch it.
I would do that because you're not going to watch it?
No.
Oh, shit.
Well, I just looked at it too, and everybody else also hates it. I didn't realize that it had a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't give a fuck.
Because it's like, the film gives you promise and then just, So the film kind of, it sets you up in this like very suburban, Pleasantville type shit where everybody is literally connected like clockwork. Everybody does stuff at the same exact fucking time. Like all the husbands leave. Like everything is programmed. Like it has the job. You are the wife. You are the housewife. The men go and do the job. You stay at home, make dinner, do all this. Everybody leaves at the lot at the same time while the wives are all together. Like bye, hon, and do your own thing.
Okay.
The women don't have to work. Everything's charged. The men go off to this to work, and it's called Victory. That's where they work. It's called Victory. Nobody knows what they do. They're not allowed to ask. They're not allowed to tell. You can't go beyond a certain point amongst the town because it's deemed as dangerous, quote unquote. So if you go past this, you're dangerous, you're fucked up, your stories, because this one woman named Margaret, the only sister in town, mind you, she ventures outside of town with her son. Her son goes missing. She comes back. She's fucked up. She starts questioning shit. Everybody labels her as crazy. She runs into Florence's character, and Florence is starting to get these doubts, these visions. She keeps having these encounters that'll let her off. It's like, that was weird. Okay. So when she starts seeing Margaret, she generally starts getting like, oh, wait a minute. This is what's happening. Margaret starts talking to her. Don't trust him while we're here. I'm not okay, yada, yada, yada. And she kills herself. And Florence witnesses this because she calls her, says, hey, you're starting to see shit too, right? Like, you get it. Florence automatically puts her away. You're crazy, yada, yada, yada. Next day, she kills herself. This organization is led by Chris Pine, who is, everyone worships the ground this man, walks on.
Sure.
Because of him, they have all of this. Because of him, they live the life of luxury. They're able to do all this and everything that they need and more. So Jack is the stand-up guy, Harry Styles, who was like, I will do anything by this man. He is my right hand. I need to prove myself to him. So as things start getting into whack, reality starts bending, starts warping. In the most visceral and visual type way that Olivia puts to camera, which is really cool. So essentially, the basic premise is this whole world that they're living in isn't real. So it is a spoilers, guys, sorry. It is a virtual reality that they are put into.
Oh, it's a Black Mirror situation?
It's a Black Mirror situation to where the husbands, so anybody who's dealt with trauma or just they feels not happy in their life, they can get into this program and go live another. And the reason why only the men go to work and the woman cannot, and you cannot go beyond a certain point, is because in that world, when they're going to work, they're actually stepping outside back into reality.
Yeah, they're taking the
and
headset
the wives
off.
are stuck, right? And the wives are just stuck in there still. And that's essentially what it is and why they're there. I was like, oh, okay. So when you meet Harry Styles' character, so Florence is actually like a doctor, but she's with Harry Styles, who's like a loser. So can't keep a job. He's like in computers all day, like his hair's all long and straggly. He has acne, fucking beard and shit. Is like, I want the best for you. You want to be happy. I want to give you. So he did it without her consent and fucked her up. That's why she has no recollection of what's happening, and she keeps getting these breaks, because she's starting to remember these things. Because she decided to go across one time to the bad, dangerous area because she thought she saw a plane crash. So she went up and touched the exit. She actually left to reality, didn't know it because Harry plugged her back in after the fact. So that's why
you're
she's
saying
going crazy.
Wait, so is the wife in real life plugged up?
Yeah, so the whole time she's just in a bed with like her eyes stuck like this, and they're scanning shit into her eyes. Right, so she's in a bed just chilling.
Yikes,
That's their real life body. And if you die in the virtual reality, you die in real life.
Fuck.
So all the wives are literally just stuck in their bed, just like as their husbands are running off trying to better their life for them while they're stuck in this perfect life.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's the reason for that.
Crazy.
We don't get, all we know is we never see the real life Chris Pine. We just get to know him through the reality. So we just assume he created this, and here we are.
Yeah.
But it just was going somewhere, and it just fell apart how they executed it. And it was hard to take Harry serious also, because literally every time he would try to be serious, the theater would laugh. So I'm like, wow,
really?
This is throwing me off a little bit. I told you, this movie was filled with women, mostly young, gays, correct. Basically the Harry demographic. Yeah. So when they're watching it, they're not used to him trying to be serious. So it's like, like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm trying to.
Like this, he's the bad guy here.
Right. I'm trying to, get involved in this. But it's not a horrible movie. It's not shit. It's not a god awful movie. It's all right. It's not bad. Technically great. The film itself, not bad. Falls apart at the end. So yeah, there's Don't Worry, Darling. Now, the one that really was like, hey, this is it. The fucking Woman King. And I'm not going to spoiler this because I want people to see this, and they should. So the Woman King I saw that quite a few times, actually. Starring Viola Davis, Lashana Lynch, about the Ogoje tribe, it's in Africa, and it's basically about these female warriors in that time. This movie, to me, was fucking great. Visually great. The soundtrack is amazing. The performances are fucking ridiculous from everyone around. Is nailing it.
Okay.
Viola, dear God. Beautiful, powerful. Like, the film makes you feel so much. It inspires you, it uplifts you, it makes you feel. It's not hammered in. And that's what I like. It's not like an obvious, like, we need to make a point here. Everything and everybody is equal. This movie is just well-rounded.
Okay.
Viola, powerhouse performance. Lashana Lynch is a fucking standout in this movie. She was by far my favorite part of it. The newcomer, I forget her name, I'm going to screw it up, so I apologize. I'm not going to try. Blew the house down. Spectacular. John Boyega, great. So, you said in reviews, and I've seen this, and it makes no sense to me because if you've seen the movie, I don't see why these things are being said.
Yeah.
The Ogoje is, in that particular tribe of women, they were not the best. They were badass, absolutely. But they were in the business in that tribe of selling their own people.
Yeah.
They were, I guess, definition you want to say savages, just in terms of like their brutality. And all things and concerns that are literally brought up and portrayed in the movie. The own dealings that they're doing with their people and against their people, helping the oppressed, them selling anything that they can to, and how they got their riches are all in this film. So like, it frustrates me because the only kind of thing that's going against this film is the obvious. You have all these women of color leading a film. You have a woman leading a film. You have these dark women of color leading this film. From day one, before the movie came out, it got review bombed, shit talked, and still doing it by herd ass people. If you don't like the film, I'm not saying you shouldn't. Give me reasons and logical reasons why you don't. Don't give me bullshit that is explained and expressed in the film outside of your little dick energy and fragile mindset. That's what pisses me off. Yeah. Is this the best movie fucking ever? No, but it's goddamn great. I got hype in this film. I laughed in this film. I cried in this film. Didn't expect that shit, but it was phenomenal. It's probably not going to be for everybody, and that's fine. But the movie overall as a whole is great.
Well, I was going to ask, have you looked at Rotten Tomatoes for it?
No, I give a fuck about Rotten Tomatoes. With anything, whether it's something I like or hate, I just don't pay attention to Rotten Tomatoes.
Critics, 94%. Audience, 99%. So,
cool.
Hard to do much better than that.
It is.
I wish I had seen it, and it's funny because you're talking about it. So I tried to go to the AMC app to see if it's still playing in IMAX, because I would love to see it in IMAX. And AMC is down. So I'm like, I'm hoping some tickets for something didn't just drop, and I didn't know about it, and now they're fucking down. So I'm nervous about that. But
I really recommend go see this movie. People should go see this movie, and it not just for a review or word of mouth, but it's something that we need in Hollywood. Like, we need to support these kind of films.
Oh, sure.
And it's like, and it pisses me off because we know why, but it started off opening weekend strong, and then had a 56% drop off, and I'm just like, obviously we know the fucking reason as to why that is.
Well, and I mean, really, I get why you're saying that and everything, but like also
competition too.
Yeah, I mean, I just like, I was very intrigued by this movie. I loved the trailers, all that kind of stuff, and because this came out 2 weekends ago.
Yeah.
And granted, I was busy, so like I had tickets for it, and that was the weekend that we were going to the beach house for the last time to finish it up. And so I had Thursday night tickets in IMAX for it. And then we were leaving Friday at lunch, and I was like, we got too much shit to do. And so I didn't do it. But then also I didn't like miss it. Like it wasn't one where I was like, I gotta see it. Like it just never, because I honestly, what I really think is the problem is I didn't hear good word of mouth. And then if I'd looked it up, I would have seen that it's got a fucking phenomenal, it's actually getting phenomenal word of mouth. And granted, like I have seen the people like telling the truth about it and all that kind of stuff, which I like that you're saying they touched on it. Because like one thing that's funny that I read, which one guy was talking about, was how he's like, you know, the trailers and stuff, they look awesome, all that stuff, and the movie's probably great. And he's like, but at the end of the day, in reality, he's like, the main problem is the tribe in the real world was not powerful, and they could not kick anyone's ass. And he was like, it was kind of sad because they were all women, and they would try to go to war with people, and they would all die. And he was like, it was kind of, and so he's like, I'm guessing this movie's not going to be that story. He was like, but it's something to think about. And so I was just like, you know, at the end of the day, it's still Viola Davis, and I would like to think she would go out and fucking kill anything. And it sounds like she has. And this is definitely one that I hope I can go see this in theaters, and, you know, enjoy it.
Bro, she is a beast.
So are we thinking awards, or is this more of an action than a drama type of awards movie?
I'm not going to say it's leading the way.
Okay.
I wouldn't be upset or surprised if they try, because I see a lot of people now on Twitter like trying to, like, they're throwing her in the Oscar like lead actress category now. I'm like, that's great. And like I said, she fucking rocks it. So I would not be opposed if they were to. This is a great balance between that action and the drama, for sure. Because when it gets drama, holy shit. And when it gets action, holy shit.
Got you.
So it's hard to just place it as one thing. And it's funny because people talk about how the tribe really was. There's actually, and I forget the guy's name, there was a story some time ago where somebody who actually had these dealings and interactions with the tribe, and he laid out the detail, and especially on somebody who Viola's character is based off of.
Yeah.
Saying how the initiations were, how the tribe were, how this character, or this person in particular really was. And it speaks to all those things that people are like, oh, hey, this was, you know, what are we talking about? So it's like they're getting stuff through Twitter, grapevine, versus actually doing research, which is also, again, upsetting, where there's stuff out there plainly telling you what is up. And of course, this is a film. This will never be a true depiction of some shit.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like what that guy was saying about how they couldn't actually win wars, and at the end of the day, this isn't a biopic. Right. It's not a documentary. They took this tribe of all women. That's a great place to start. They have an interesting past as well. Fucking make it an awesome movie. Write a script about it. And that's at the end of the day, I mean, that's just, it's the way it is. And so people could be upset that it's not true. And that's fine. If that's the movie that you would have preferred, great. But
that's a documentary.
At the end of the day,
if that's the case.
But I mean, at the end of the day, you're not going to find, you know, many movies that are legitimate like that. I mean, like 1917. I think 1917 is a legitimate masterpiece of a movie. That shit did not happen like that.
Right.
There were
gonna fucking do it. Shit.
Yeah. There were two guys that got sent on a mission to go do a thing, but all that shit in between, up for I mean, it's just obvious. It's a fucking movie. So,
and like I said, it just kills because people just find things too, and that's what's so frustrating about this. But everyone, go see it. Like, go see it. Like, it needs to support. It needs to work. Like, again, I'm not saying it's going to be your favorite movie ever in life,
Right.
but it's definitely worth seeing, and it's a great movie
Sweet.
with powerhouse performances. And that's why when you mentioned Captain Marvel earlier, it pisses me off because they wasted Lashana Lynch.
Yeah, that actress is a
so
monster.
much.
Yeah.
She kills it. Like I said, standout in this film beautifully. And that's why it makes me mad that the MCU just wasted her and probably never see her again now.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So now there is that. Those are my reviews. Go see the movies as you will, at your peril, at your whatever.
Yeah.
Make up your own mind. But those are my two theater, as they say in Jojo Rabbit. All right. So if you made it this far, again, subscribe, thumbs up. We got a good amount of you guys watching and going in and out. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I love and support on live or playback. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right. A little trailer dropped, and we can blast through this pretty quick because I didn't give too much. There's only a little bit of us left. Has a trailer out. Or a teaser, actually. I would say. Just dropped what, yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Giving us about a minute and a half of some footage, and not really story, just footage of Joel and Ellie and fucking Pedro, and I forget the girl's name, Game of Thrones chick. We get introduced to new characters. We get to see what's her name? Storm Reed. Her character. We see a little bit of what's the dude's name? Parks and Recs.
Nick
Offerman, yes. There's a lot and we finally see the fucking clicker. We see some clickage.
Yeah. That's great.
So this trailer, this teaser was just a mirage of things. But what I gathered from it, I expect to see great performances. It looks like Pedro is about to fucking kill it.
Yes.
The scale and scope in terms of it's contained, but it's so big at the same time, which is weird. But visually, it looks fucking great. I'm like, holy shit, the landscaping, the scale, the size, the cities. Amazing. The clickers look cool. The actress that plays, she's so, I'm so sorry. She has a very unique face, and it throws me off every time.
I agree.
Throws me off every time. So that's going to be, I have to get used to that. I'm gonna have to try and stow that away in order to be able to be pulled in and take it seriously. But yeah, what do you think? As somebody who is an avid player or have played both games, how are you feeling? What's going on? Talk to me.
Yeah, I mean, so this is the definition of a teaser.
Yeah.
I mean, even to the point where, like, the teaser starts after, shit's hit the fan, and we're just kind of following Joel walking through the makeshift town, convent type of situation. And then, but you do get a couple shots of when shit hits the fan, like literally the opening of the game.
Yeah, him and his daughter.
And that plane crashes, and it's just absolute bedlam in the streets.
That was cool.
That is going to be the first scene of the show. I hope they don't fucking move things around, because that is full blown. It's the same thing as Quiet Place 2. That opening where they're like, "Oh no, we're gonna go to day one."
I still haven't seen that movie.
Are you serious?
I still haven't seen Quiet Place 2.
Holy shit, man. That's unbelievable. It's really good. But that opening is going to absolutely, without a doubt, sell everyone on this show, and it is not even close to what the show is really going to be like, if that makes any sense. It's similar to A Quiet Place, where obviously day one, ape shit. I mean, it is literally just riot looting, all these things, whatever it takes to survive type of thing. And it's, when you start playing the first game, it's the first 15-20 minutes, and it is nothing but heart rate at 1,000. You're running through other people's houses, you're running down streets, you're jumping into cars, you're having people wreck into you, you have people trying to steal your car, all this stuff because there's a fucking zombie outbreak and you don't even realize it really. And so it's unbelievable. I'm so excited for that. But then also that's going to be what sells people. And then I just hope that the only thing that fucking matters is that this girl can be sold to the public as Ellie. And obviously we don't even get to really hear her talk much. We don't even get to see her really act much. So I can't say anything about it. But
she has a few emotional shots. I'm like,
right. But my initial face, whenever I watched it, was struggling to feel like that character was Ellie. That's the thing is, yes, HBO rarely misses on TV shows. That's correct. I would honestly think with how much money they're spending on it, the cast that they're getting for it.
Lot.
Yeah. I would think that this girl blew them away in, the casting process. And so surprise the fuck out of me, please, by all means. But I am not about to be the straight white male that talks shit about a child actor on the internet. That is not me. That's not what I am. That's not who I am, whatever. But like John said, she has a very unique face.
Yes, she does.
And it is going to take some getting used to where, basically, if you had a line of 10 girls in the game, Ellie would fit into a group and you would not be able to see her. She would blend in. She's a normal ass girl.
Yeah.
This girl is an actress, and like actors and actresses should be, if you put her in a line of 10 girls her age, she'd stand out. In however you see fit and want to, say, what are you looking for? And that's not the question. It's who jumps out at you here. It's that girl. And that's the thing for me is like, she's just very unique looking. So, she does look like a girl version of Shane Gillis in a lot of ways. That's correct. But at the end of the day, I'm very excited for this. And what's funny is I haven't got to see like a super high res version of this trailer yet, just the YouTube, 1080p version. But like the clicker shot towards the end, I paused it and took a screenshot of it to make it for my thumbnail, all that kind of stuff. And they could come out tomorrow and say, hey, just a heads up, guys, that clicker shot is actually from Last of Us Part 2. It's fully because Last of Us Part 2 has incredible graphics and everything, but it is such an exact, perfect interpretation, like to a T, perfect.
Really cool.
Even to the point really where, because the point is like the brain is taken over and growing and inflamed. And one of the things that it does is it starts to separate their skulls in the center. And so like the clickers, almost all of them have their teeth are obviously jacked, but like they have a massive gap because it split them. And like this clicker is starting to get that. And like all these, and it's just so fucking well done. And I want to see that trailer in like its full glory in terms of quality so that I can see how good that thing looks. Because I want to know how they filmed it, because that's the other thing is the whole point is, it's like a plant type thing. It's like it's bacteria growing and it takes their eyes over. They cannot see. It's all, they click echolocation. It's all about sound. And how the fuck did these actors play this? Because I could not see their eyes whatsoever.
Right.
And it didn't look like anything was transparent. Like the prosthetics are on point.
It's probably a mix of like
of
practical
CG
and CG.
Yeah. That would make sense.
I'm guessing. So like obviously far shots, it's like practical person in suit, but like in camera close, it's like okay, we get both. where the actor just has like the big ass clicker head surrounding, like maybe some mesh shit
and then,
here,
and then eyes just
CG
popped out. Yeah,
right. But like I said, this looks great. We didn't get to hear our boy speak at all. I was like, damn, I want to hear him talk. That smooth ass voice he got, but it's like, we shall see. And when does this come out? Next year, right?
Next year.
Next year when? We know?
No date. Just 2023.
Got you. This just looks like the scale is going to be great. They put all this budget is there, the acting is there from what I've seen and the people I've seen so far. So I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Will you be upset? And this is another case of what we touched on before. You said that should be the opening scene. If it is not and is handled in a flashback, how will you feel? So if this already opens to like the world we're already in, and then we go back,
I'd be pretty upset. I mean, it's because it's an unnecessary change, honestly. But you could tell it. I mean, execution's obviously key here,
right.
But because you could make it to where it's kind of a thing. I mean, I don't want to like spoil anything, I guess, but it's a game that's been out for fucking over 10 years or something like that. But like, his daughter doesn't make it in the end, like,
right.
And so it could be a thing where throughout the series, because the point is that he takes Ellie under his wing and it's like his daughter's back, like he takes care of her like it's his kid again. And so they could do it to where it's more flashbacks of like him like worried to lose Ellie, because that's kind of the whole point, is eventually they get so close that it's father-daughter type of situation.
Right.
But I really just think the beginning of a series like this needs that ape shit gut punch, 10 to 15 minute intro, even probably less than that it could be. But it is interesting though, because like for me, like Nick Offerman, they've made a big deal about his casting as this character from the game and whatever, and he's perfect for that character. That character is a very small part of the game, like unbelievably tiny part of the game. And so like I do think that they're going to expand that role a little bit and things like that, and I'm fine with that.
Because there definitely will be some creative liberties, though.
Yeah, for sure.
But still being overseen by Neil.
Yes, that's correct.
Cool.
But I do think, like, I could even see, like, this series, like, this season, I mean, could end halfway through the game. Like, it could not even be remotely close to the final, because that's the whole thing, is if you want to know ape shit and, like, freaking the fuck out, it'll be the series finale of the show. If they don't do Last of Us Part 2, which I don't think they need to do, but like this the Last of Us game, the first one, what the finale of that would be is terrifying. You're screaming at the TV, you're crying, all this stuff, because you are worried sick. And so that's what I think. If they could make that game 3 seasons or something, incredible. But it'd be a lot.
Okay. I could definitely see that being an intro, but I can also see it being feathered throughout the series.
Yeah.
Like he'll be walking somewhere and then like he'll see something that reminds him, and then we'll get a flashback to that time and they'll give it to us in bits.
Right.
And then we'll find out like towards the end and say, oh, my daughter actually fucking died type shit and whatever.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
We shall see. You got me. Yeah, got me.
Yes,
all right. So now we're going to jump into a few little shows before we end here, this here segment. So let's do, which one do you want to go to first, good sir? Which one do you want to talk about?
Did you watch both?
Yeah.
Let's do She-Hulk first.
Got it. That's fair. All right. Shock has debuted episode number 6.
Can I go back to what was the tagline that you said for Last of Us? There's only a few of us left.
Yeah, I think so.
Only a few
Yeah.
people left in this world, or something like that.
Yeah, there's only a few of us left, I think.
When there's a poster, if they made that the tagline, like it would be so fucking hilarious.
That'd be hilarious.
Go ahead.
Last of
Sorry.
Us, there's only a few of us left.
It's like you don't say.
All right, no shit, Sherlock. All right,
God.
so She-Hulk, episode 6, I'm Jen, debuted, and it's set the internet ablaze because everyone thought they was going to see a particular somebody.
Yeah.
And when they didn't, everyone was butthurt, and all of a sudden starting to talk shit about the show, which is incredibly stupid. Even though they'll literally set you up from the very beginning on whose show it actually was, so don't get fucking too hyped and concerned. See, that's what we call irony. But episode 6, this literally I'm Jen. This episode is about Jen and follows Jen as she goes to a wedding, a friend of hers wedding, who was promised to like, hey, don't be She-Hulk. This is my day. Be Jen. And that's what it is. She goes there to her friend's wedding. Titania's ass is there because she is with somebody who was involved or knows the bride, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
So like Jen, nerdy guy.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like her date or something.
Supposed to be, quote unquote. Jen meets an actual nice guy. This time who knows who she is, and they're kicking it. They're doing all right, and Jen decides to get drunk as shit at this wedding. And Titania's plan comes to fold. It's like, hey, I'm only here to beat your ass. Sorry, I'm weaseling in. Let's fight. Let's do this.
Yeah.
They have a fight. She-Hulk fucks her up, knocks her teeth out, and then she leaves. And then the show ends. Did I miss anything? That was literally it, right?
We get a little tease to, now there's a vibranium needle there at the end.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, so the stinger.
Yeah.
So we got a more inside look at the people who hired the wrecking crew, which they got a new needle now to pierce She-Hulk's skin. So this can be a great diversion of who this is. Their ramblings of, it's the leader and all this other shit.
Yeah.
Or it can be Mr. I'm completely obsessed and fascinated with you.
Yeah. The guy on a date.
Which I feel would be too obvious, but at the same time, that could just very well be him. Or it could be the leader or somebody else we don't even fucking know yet. Yeah. But all signs are pointing towards creep obsessed dude. But we shall see. What did you think of the episode, good sir?
Episode's good. It's one of those things. Obviously, I love the show. I love how upset people are online because
I do too.
It literally tells you, oh, you thought we were gonna go somewhere, but guess what? I gotta go to a wedding, and weddings always, happen at the worst times. And like they even make a point to where like she gets married on like a Thursday.
Yeah.
Like that's not a fucking thing. Like it ruined everyone's week to go to this. And so I love that. I love that people are so upset when it's like,
same.
Hey, we have 10 episodes. Yeah, fuck you guys. Like I think it's great, especially because at the end of the day, I'm still entertained. Whatever.
Right.
It's one of my least 2 favorite episodes. I can't tell if episode 5 or episode 6 is my least favorite. All of them are good episodes, but like we talked about last week, 1 through 4 is just so spectacular.
Yeah. And
5 and now 6 have been slower, episodes. I was talking to somebody earlier that was like, hey, I'm going to start She-Hulk today. I haven't started it. And I was like, it's a great time to do it. I was like, binge all of them, binge up through 6. I said, because I'm guessing now for sure this Thursday is going to be a fun episode, and they were excited, and they legitimately didn't ever hit pause. They just let it fucking ride all the way through, watched all 6, and they're very excited. So I like that. I like that this is a show that you can do that with. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the episode's good. Titania, lackluster to say the least, in the sense of like,
Yeah.
what a weird plan. And like, let me get you drunk and then ask you to fight me, but like, I still want you to change. It's like, what was your goal here? Just show up and try to kick my ass and I'll fuck you up.
Right.
But and then she made a fool of herself and had these horrible prosthetic gums and teeth put in. But it is interesting to think about like a Kim Kardashian being filmed on a cell phone trying to fight somebody and like busting her face open.
Yeah.
That's the point, and that's wild. And I also want to give a shout out to that fucking stunt man that was the waiter that she gets like thrown into, and he's the one that dumps all the ice. That guy got fucked up. That stunt man did. So I just want to give a shout out. Like, I've watched the episode like 2 or 3 times. Every time I was like, oh shit, like that guy he hit hard. So if you missed it the first time or something, go back and just watch that part, because the stunt woman for Titania hits him so hard and he's fully horizontal and like hits a table or something, and it looks painful. So I want to give a shout out to him. And then who is it at the end? I don't think it'll be, I'm looking at the cast right here, it's apparently the character's name was Todd. I don't think it's Todd that is the main big bad. He's obviously in The Mask, like, he's one of that crew. But I don't think he's the mastermind or the money behind it or anything. Do I think it's the leader though? I'd like it. Right. It'd be a cool thing, but at the end of the day, I'm really not sure. They could do a million different things. It could be anything. It could be fucking Val for all I know. I mean,
well, that was a man, but well, do you think the lab coat is like the dude, or they're just the scientist for?
That's what I mean is you could do anything.
Yeah, true.
The leader was, he would have been wearing a lab coat.
Okay.
At least he did over a fucking decade ago, 14 years ago, or whatever. Now I don't know if he necessarily has one that he likes to wear, but because it's also a thing of like, where do you get vibranium? Is there a connection there? I don't know.
Maybe some leftover shit from Claw somewhere sitting around, or maybe just because it's here in the States now.
Yeah. But what's interesting is what is the fucking website that was dogging her?
Oh,
But y'all know what I'm talking about. Everybody listening, John knows what I'm talking about.
Whatever, but Claw was a member of that too.
Claw was a member of that. Yeah. So it could be a thing where the leader also is doing,
it's like intelligentsia,
intelligentsia or something Illuminati like.
Right.
But it could be possible that that's kind of the black market for vibranium, and that's why they brought that in. Is that one Easter egg in Age of Ultron. So could be cool. I'd like it to be the leader. Just, I know so many people that have literally never even seen Incredible Hulk.
Right.
And it's not on Disney Plus. It's not readily available for them to see.
It's not on Disney Plus? I didn't know that.
I don't think it is. If it is, it's been recently on there, which it would make sense that it's on there now because we have She-Hulk, but I'm pretty sure it's not. I can look that up in a second, but yeah, if it is the leader, they need to explain it. They can't just have his face be shown in the last shot of the series and then just, what's going to happen next? Like,
another
no,
creepy ass smile.
Yeah, give us what the leader is now, because even I don't really know what to expect after it's been so long and whatever. So
yeah, Incredible Hulk is not on Disney Plus.
Okay, there you go.
Oh wow. Well, whatever. Yeah, we'll see who it is. Funny thing, well, not funny, annoying as fuck. So another situation, filmed a whole fucking reaction for it, did the new headsets, and even they fucked up. So apparently,
Yeah.
don't plug shit into my fucking Xbox controller because it's gonna go fucking haywire.
Okay.
I'm like, oh,
Damn it,
so
man.
now I need to figure out. I don't know how I'm going to. I guess it's to watch it on the laptop, which is gonna be annoying.
So wait, so tell me
everything.
how you do it. Like, so you don't torrent the episodes afterwards?
Yeah. So I do that to sync it and edit, but I watch it on like the TV.
So you're saying watching it live, the audio's off?
Yeah.
For yourself.
It's not the torrent thing. It's the literal like in the moment type shit. So if I plug it into the Xbox, it starts skipping. So like it just naturally starts jacking. So it'll go in and out and then just completely cut off. And I'm like sitting here messing with the fucking wire and shit. And then same thing.
So you're saying it's the Xbox port?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Right. So I'm just like, well, fuck, I can't, and that sets me back. I can't edit or sync anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck, dude? It's annoying as hell. And these were the new headphones. I thought it was the old ones. Nope.
Unless you just let it play out of the TV.
I can. That's what I thought, but it's gonna be. That's loud.
But then you just sync up the. Oh, you don't have the microphone up to your face?
Yeah. But sometimes, like, I feel like even when I'm like this and I have reactions, like, I don't know if it's just my mic sucks ass, but I don't feel like it's loud enough. Like, I have to amp myself up.
Yeah, that's true. It's possible. Yeah, I hate that for you.
Right. So I was going to try that. If all else fails, just let it play out and just have it real low and do subtitles or whatever the fuck. And then just watch and then just, I don't know, have to make, because when you do that, you're trying to fucking fight the torrent version and the version playing in the back so it doesn't fucking overlap. One's not too louder than the other, and you're not over fucking played by your volume trying to talk. So it's like, it's just fucking insane.
Yeah, because I mean, what I would do in that situation is just use the torrent for the video but cut the audio out completely from it to where the torrent version's muted and then the audio from your TV coming through your microphone is what people get to hear. Because really what matters is them getting to see, what you're seeing.
Right.
But also if it does what, like when we first come on here and you're playing music, if it does what it does then, your mic is understanding that music is playing. And so it's like, I don't want to pick up what comes through this. And so you'll start talking and I'll miss like the first second and a half of you talking. Because it's still like, oh, there's background sound I want to block out. And then it'll catch up. And so I would hate for you to record a whole 30 minutes and then find out that it barely picked you up. So maybe do a test run before Thursday, because I'm thinking Thursday will be a good episode to fucking react to. I'm just gonna say.
Right. That's what I'm guessing as well. But it's just like, it's annoying. Every time I try to do this shit, some dumbass shit goes wrong. I'm like, damn it! I just want to do things. That's it. I just want to do things. So we'll see. All right, so let us know what you guys thought of the latest episode of She-Hulk. Let it be known during the live chat, or again, play it back in the comment section below, as we always pay attention to those. Keep the conversation going, and if you made it this far, hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Thumbs up and notification bell. All right, our last topic of the evening is another lovely show that we have, and is the Dragons That Have Houses.
Oh yeah,
episode number 6. That debuted with with a lovely 10-year gap. 10-year jump, I should say, not a gap. We now see Rhaenyra and Lenore, or Lenore, what the fuck his name is, together with the children. That's his name, right? Lenore?
Lenore? Something. I'm trying to think of the pronunciation.
What the fuck? Him. Yeah. And their children. 2, well, for the 3rd on the way, we catch her in the middle of birth, and immediately the queen is like, let me see that damn baby. There's rumblings amongst the kingdom like, hey, this ain't these motherfuckers kids. He's gay as shit. We know damn well they ain't do nothing and they don't even look like him. So there's rumblings going around. What's happening? They're starting to be questioned. Meanwhile, The king and the queen's children, those three little bastards. Is it 3 or 2? There's 3. 2 sons and a daughter. Are little fucking shits and snots. They're in training to become warriors by Sir Kristen, who is also a cunt. At the same time, Damon and his 3 babies, like motherfucker, everybody got 3 fucking kids, is off in fucking some other place, old place, or odd place, what the fuck it's called, with him and his wife, fucking Lenora's sister, who we saw him making eyeballs at last episode, who have been extended kinship and royalty to stay at old place or town, where the fuck that they're at. Damon wants no part of this shit. He's still an asshole, but it's like a subdued one. Doesn't listen to the cries and pleads of his wife. But like, I don't want to be here. Our kingdom is, what's their kingdom called? The sea shit, or where's their kingdom?
What?
Oh, Valeria. I'm stupid. Valeria.
Yeah, old Valeria.
Valeria. I was thinking because I called them the sea something. But Valeria, it's like, that's where we need to die. That's where our kids to be. That's where I want to die. That's our home. He's like, yeah, fuck you. Go do something. Let me think. Meanwhile, Rhaenyra's son is being, gifted a dragon of his own, while the other king, I don't remember all these fuckers' names, so I'm not gonna act like
all I know is Aegon is the oldest.
Aegon, right?
Yeah.
Likes to jerk off in windows and shit.
Yeah, correct.
The youngest son does not have a dragon and is being literally bullied.
Got a pig.
By his other brother that got a pig. So these people are getting dragons except for this little fucker. And Rhaenyra and Laenor like, we need to fucking leave. Let's go to Dragonstone. Let's fucking do it. These people are talking about me within the walls. I can't have it. Let's do our own thing. We find out who the daddy is, which is a Sir Knight of Old Town, the brother of fucking Sir Limp-a-Lot, who is creeping behind the back of the kingdom and in cahoots. Not in cahoots, but wants to pledge his allegiance to the queen because they both know we don't want these bastard children in the fucking throne.
Yeah.
I want my own fucking power. I'm about to go kill my daddy and my brother because I want to be namesake of Old Town, and I can be your right here. We can do fucking rule this shit together. Because the queen keeps pursuing, the queen keeps bitching, the queen keeps fucking I hate the fucking queen. I'm just gonna say it. I fucking hate the bitch. I want her to die.
Already, I hate
murder her.
Yeah.
In her sleep, brutally, and I want her dead. Sir Kristen, I want dead. I'm happy he got his ass whooped because he was just showing favoritism and pettiness. He's a little bitch and didn't get his shit like he wanted
after he was a bitch last episode 10 years ago.
Absolutely. I was like, oh, I'm gonna show favoritism towards Aegon and this other little prick, but all these little people back here, no, fuck y'all. And then the daddy was like, what you doing, homie? You're not about to do that. I'm gonna whoop your ass. You gonna catch these hands down. The king looks fucking rough. Holy shit.
He's armless.
When he came out there, I was like, oh my children. I was like, what the fuck?
It's
I was
rough,
like,
man.
dude. They're like, yeah, you can't. He's in denial. The rumblings, he's in denial. The nosers are not his true, those aren't the kids he thought they were. They don't have rightful claim to the fucking throne, even though it's still Rhaenyra, but they're trying to do false prophet. This episode had a lot. Oh, and Damon's wife kills herself because she tries to give birth, cannot. She doesn't want a C-section. She said, fuck it, take us both out. Dracarys, motherfucker. Burn me with the biggest dragon along the land. And that's what happens. So, what'd you think? And let us talk.
Yeah, this episode, it's really good, obviously. It's a good episode. The time jump, I was very nervous about. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the actual recasting, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
I mean, at least I'm okay with it. I will miss
Everyone got
Especially-
older, but the surrounding people.
That's correct. But the people that actually would get old.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but I'll miss the girl that played Rhaenyra, Millie Alcock, because she was really good and I liked her a lot.
Yeah,
But
she was.
also throughout these 10 years, though, both of them have had such a change personality-wise that I think it makes it easier for me to kind of move on from that. But at the end of the day, what I was worried about last week, knowing this was the recasting and then seeing the trailer for this week's episode, it still came true to where, and maybe it's the point, but like I have no sympathy for Rhaenyra whatsoever and what she's going through. Like, she is dumb as a box of rocks. Like, she's an idiot. And
that frustrated me a little bit. I'm like,
yeah.
oh.
And so here's some things though that I learned after the fact. So, well, just to finish my point, which I think you understand, but basically, everyone in their fucking anyone would know those aren't Laenor's kids.
Yeah.
Like, if two people with white hair and no other hair colors run in the family have kids, those kids are going to have white hair.
Right.
And even to the point of look at the king's children with Alicent, who has dark red hair, like reddish brown. This kid's coming out fucking crispy white.
Yes, they are.
So it's quite obvious. And Rhaenyra's just like, either she's too much of a spoiled brat princess, raised that way to care, like think that anyone would notice. Yeah. Or she's just an idiot. And so I struggle with that. But some things that I learned that are interesting is basically, first of all, is the queen that never was, aka Laenor's mother, who is a Targaryen, now a Valyrian by marriage, in the books. So she's the daughter of a Baratheon and a Targaryen. And Baratheons are, you saw them when one of the guys came and like pledged his allegiance to Rhaenyra in the end of the first episode. But in Game of Thrones, a Baratheon is on the throne when it starts. And he's a giant white guy with dark brown hair. And the whole point of that is Cersei, the queen, has these children and they're all coming out blonde. And it's kind of the same thing where people are like, oh, I guess the blonde just really is strong, and it's because she's fucking her brother. And, that's the kids. But in the books, Laenor's mother has dark brown hair because she's a Baratheon, half Baratheon. And so then it makes it to where, and also the Valyrians are white in the books. So basically when these kids come out white and brown headed in the books, it's a lot less obvious and makes Rhaenyra look a lot less stupid.
Right.
For her to be like, oh, people won't notice. Whereas it's like, hey, these kids are supposed to be half black and white headed. And
ain't no half, ain't no whitehead.
Yeah, I mean, they are coming out white as shit.
I mean, I was laughing because even fucking Damon's kids or whatever, I'm like, where is the mix in this?
Yeah.
Like, there's no white in any of that.
Right. But, I mean, they literally casted to where it makes Rhaenyra look completely idiotic. Like, they've made it to where it's like, no, here's what the gene pool does. Like, if there's double white-headed, they're coming out white-headed. And
she just seems stupid and weak.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like,
I even didn't like I liked at first when she's, talking in the council and her milk starts leaking. Yeah. And I was like, oh, cool, because she's a mother and she's, feeling strongly about something, and that happens, whatever. Especially because she's thinking about her kids and really thinking about protecting her kids by proposing this marriage. Right. And I didn't like how everybody was like, oh, time to get out of here then. Like, they were like, she's fucking leaking. Like, we don't want to see that. And it's like, no, she should have been like, hey, fuck you guys, sit down. I don't care what this is happening.
Right.
Like, because like the opening of the episode is rough as fuck. She has birth and then is told,
just walks
Queen
that
wants to
shit
see
off.
this baby. And she's like, fine, I'll walk it. And she fucking drops the placenta at the door. She didn't even like get to, birth that. And then I don't know if you saw, but if you watch again, so like they walk and he helps her the whole way. And then when they come back out of the room, it's, down the hallway and you see the door to the Queen's room and you can just see a trail of blood.
Oh yeah.
From where they've been walking. And
like,
so it's
wild.
Like, yeah. So, I mean, this woman, that was some powerful shit.
Bleeding. I was like, fuck.
And even in that meeting, she's like being strong and being powerful and saying like, calling up issues that people are wanting to pretend like aren't problems and whatever. And so I didn't like how as soon as something motherly happens, everybody's like, all right, well, that's going to end the meeting because she's holding her nipples. And it's like, right. Fucking, but at the end of the day, I'm hoping they can still sell me on this. But like right now, Alicent is a fucking bitch. But she's not wrong.
No, fuck her.
No, correct. But like, it's the thing of like, I wish I was like full blown Team Rhaenyra right now, but I have no sympathy for her. And so at the end of the day, I mean, I see both sides or I see neither side. It's kind of just that thing. But like, Alicent's not wrong. She just is a fucking asshole about it.
She just needs to die. Like, all this prying and crying and whining. It's not this and shouldn't be this or should be my. Didn't make you heir, bitch. She's the heir. That's it. Shut up. Yeah. Let it go. Like, I just wish the king would be like, listen, bitch. Like,
yeah, exactly.
like enough with the one thing he got left. Just fucking.
Yeah. Kenya asked a question here. How are they going to explain no blacks in the current story that just ended? Now there's blacks in a prequel. The point of this show is this is the Targaryen Civil War. And pretty much when Game of Thrones starts, there are no more dragons and there are no more Targaryens. And there ends up being 2 Targaryens that were children that got run off to across the sea, and they're not supposed to be alive. And that's kind of the point, is Game of Thrones is so many different people think that they now have right to the throne, because basically Daenerys Targaryen starts to grow up and she's like, hey, my dad was the king and he got killed. I'm next. And somebody took that shit. And so, but like these Valyrians are gonna be gone as fuck. Like everybody's dying by the end of this.
Right.
In some form or fashion. Especially when this is kind of obvious, but hey, the daughter just died and the son's gay. Whatever offspring's happening is happening, and that's it. There's no more happening. So that Valyria is already we've seen the demise of that for the most part. Besides the fact that there's that brother, like the uncle, that was the one that called for the king's help, and that's what made Daemon go solo and fuck around. But I'm gonna think he gonna die pretty quick too. So.
Oh yeah, he wants to go to war too. He's like, listen, I want to be back at the sea.
Yeah.
Let me go. And she was like, motherfucker. No, what do you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, at the time we need to be together and everyone's questioning you about to go dip? Hell no. As your heir and princess, I order your black ass to stay right here.
Yep.
And that's what happened. But I did like at the end, she's like, listen, we're gonna start our own, kingdom.
Yeah, they're running off.
Do all that. It's like, listen, take your homie with you. Y'all can fuck all you want. Bring him. Come on. I was like, girl, in the face of all this, she's still trying to do what's best for you, homie. Help her out.
Right. He was a fucking asshole, by the way. Whole episode, he's
Lenore?
Sir Laenor or whatever. He
right.
Missing the birth, naming the kid just without even talking to her.
Right.
Just fucking around all the time.
What do they name him?
Joffrey, which is the
Joffrey,
guy's,
right?
Which is his ex-lover's name that got beat the fuck to death by Kristen.
I was like, King Joffrey? Like, what's happening?
And that's where, that's correct. But yeah, he's an asshole. And so I liked that at the end, how she's like, hey, I fucking order you to stay here then. How about that? Quit fucking around.
Right.
And he's like, okay, I got to do it.
Right.
So
it's time to
I
go.
did like
It's
that.
time to get serious, motherfucker.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So we'll see. Those kids are the Aegon is a fucking shithead.
Yeah. But I also liked how Aegon was like, Alicent's sitting there going, if you're gonna make a play for the throne, you got to act this way and you got to do this. And he's like, then I won't. Like he doesn't want the throne at all.
Right.
He's just a kid. Like he doesn't care about that. And
like, I just wanna
the
sit here and
mom
be
is the
off,
one
man.
that's like, yeah, exactly. He's like, I'm royalty. I want to just fuck around. And the mom is the one that's like, no, you have to do this or you're gonna get killed. And so I do see her story there. She's a bitch, but
I don't know, but she's putting her fears and ambitions on everybody else, and we don't even know
That's
if
correct.
that's the fucking case. Like it's her doing, and
Yeah.
it's like nobody's thinking these things. Nobody's even having these. You don't know what the fuck Rhaenyra is gonna do. Like, how do you know she's gonna want these fuckers dead when she does? Like, no, I'm the heir. Like, people know what's up. I don't need to kill nobody. I just do what the fuck. Hey,
Right.
these are the heirs after me. This and such. You don't know that. You
Don't
let
play
your
for
daddy
the throne
get in
and
your
you
head.
won't die.
Right. Exactly. Know your place. Like,
Exactly.
we have
Like-
these for a reason. You let your daddy get into your head because you felt some type of way and felt like you made a mistake. You're like, oh, daddy. And now you're going to go off on everybody and fucking toxify their brains now. And now you got Sir fucking Limp-A-Lot doing all this shit for you. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? So
Yeah.
it's like, it's wild. We got to know who the daddy was for 2 seconds until he burnt the fuck up. Killed by his own brother.
That's correct.
I was like, wow, that's insane. And now he's
So-
going to go take his claim to Old Town. And
Right.
I'll have all this.
So that's the question now is when Rhaenyra finds out that Strong is dead, the father of her kids is dead, does she react?
She better.
Then she tells the whole world that her kids are not legitimate.
That's also true.
So that's where what the fuck is going to happen here.
Send assassins.
Uh,
Don't even have remotely anything tied to you. Just go like this motherfucker did. Go cut some tongues out
Right.
and go send them to her way and fuck the queen up. Answer Limp-A-Lot. And there you go. Just have at it. Absolutely.
And did you watch the preview for the next episode?
I never watched them. I never want to know. I want to go straight into it.
Oh my god. Well, I'm intrigued for sure. To see, because there's some shit with the woman's dragon, the woman that died that had the dragon killer. Some shit's going on with that dragon.
I did lie. I lied. I did see the.
Okay, you did watch that part.
Yeah.
So someone has stolen that dragon somehow, which is like it's the biggest fucking dragon in the realm. How are you stealing it? But like it should just kill you.
I see she's back with Damon. I see.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff. I was in and out, but I remember some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm glad Damon got his fucking long hair back. At least get into it, because that shortcut was killing me.
Yeah. True.
So now we'll see what happens, because now Mama's dead. What's gonna happen? So what's gonna happen with him? What's gonna happen with his kids?
Because he don't even like his kids apparently.
He don't.
So
Donald's like, my father does not care.
He's like, yeah.
No, he doesn't. He just did all that shit for power and all that.
But it is interesting that like Damon was married to that one woman for a while, and they literally never had sex. And now
he clearly didn't inherit the land.
Right. And now he's having sex with this woman all day long. So I'm wondering if it was because she was so young. Maybe he liked that or something. Like he forced it, and he had that power. But now he's like, she's got 3. I don't know, like her anymore because she wants it. He's like, ugh.
Yeah, it could be that, and it's just like, but why does everybody have 3 kids? Is that like you have to have 3 kids?
So you're talking about the unborn child is the 3rd kid?
Oh well, it would have been.
Yeah, correct.
No.
So
yeah, it would have been.
He's got 2 daughters, and then that 3rd child would have been born. But so he's only got 2.
Wait, didn't they have a son? They have a son too, don't they?
Uh-uh.
Both girls. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that would have been the 3rd. Rhaenyra has 3.
Like, I think that's going to
I'll
be
see it
kind of
at
the
3.
point is, besides the obvious, King and Alicent boys, the 2 of them, no other Targaryen has a legitimate male heir. Like, and I think that's going to be prominent. To where even if they wanted to go, hey, Daemon, you could be the heir, or like you're the male or whatever. And then he doesn't have kids, like he doesn't have sons, so that could be a problem.
Well, because now that she left, is she still technically the heir?
I don't know. I don't know.
Because she dipped and said, fuck y'all. So she's still technically the heir.
But I think she is the heir. She's just going to live somewhere else till that motherfucker dies, I guess.
I guess so. And then she comes back. It's like, Alcia's like, you're not supposed to be on the throne. And then we have the war. Maybe.
I mean, that's kind of the thing is, I mean, for all we know, what do half of the people of Westeros say whenever she goes and lives off on her own for a while, fucking around with other people, and then he dies and comes back, tries to rule, and she's like, they're like, you haven't even been here.
Yeah.
Like, that's it's possible.
True. She'll be like, y'all should have been talking shit.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I'm glad I started this and got to it because I'm very invested, as you see.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm glad I finally listened to you and hopped on it and now
jumped on it. Yeah, let's go.
Because I'm like, yeah, it's kind of addictive to be in this world, and you're connected to everyone, and everyone's so just a piece of shit outside of the fucking king.
Correct.
The king is
only guy that's nice.
Right, that's level-headed, and he's the only one, and he's knocking on death's door. So
that's correct.
So it's like everyone else,
only with one hand. He's only got one hand to knock.
Only one hand.
Let's hope he doesn't need to hold
only one
else.
hand and 2 fingers. That's all. He's just knocking on that shit.
He's tapping.
I'm afraid to see what it's gonna look like next week.
Just gonna be a head in a jar.
Exactly. That's it.
Oh man.
Turn me so I can see my daughter. It's like, all right. Yeah. He's like, but that's about it.
It's funny.
But all right. I think that is going to do it. Let us know what you thought on the latest episode. Where do you think it's going? Do you love what's happening? Do you hate it? You prefer to say, fuck it, I'm just going to keep watching Game of Thrones? Where's your head at? Let us know in the comment sections below. Now, I don't think everyone's pretty quiet right now, but we do have people listening. So we'll do a few minutes, not a lot. If there's anything you want us to talk about or expand upon in the comment section, now is your chance. Let it be known. Write it out. So I did want to talk about this because I didn't think it was worthy of having a whole thing. Did you see the Knock at the Cabin trailer?
No. What is that?
Oh, the new M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, I saw that come out, but I haven't watched it yet.
Got you. It looks very intriguing. It looks, well, of course, it's fucking M. Night Shyamalan, but
right.
It looks good, man. Batista is leading the way.
Oh God, is he really?
He is, swollen face and all. So it's to the point with Dave Batista, it's very clear you've had quite some work done on your face.
Yikes.
And like he's become so full, like his eyes look barely like noticeable, like it's very tiny at this point, and his lips can barely move. He's had work done. We get it. That's fine. But he's carrying a good trailer. He's giving the good vibes. He's giving creep. He's giving like you're paying attention when he's speaking.
Okay.
So essentially, it gives us nothing. It's just this couple, gay couple, which surprised me. I was like, oh shit.
Okay. He's gay?
He's not.
Okay.
It's Jonathan Groff and some other dude. If you don't know who Jonathan Groff is, you know who he is?
I'll look it up.
He was the new Agent Smith in The Matrix. Did you watch it? You didn't see it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. Him. So him and some other actor, they play a couple who have an adoptive daughter because she's Asian, they're white, so clearly, obviously. Who go away at this cabin, and all of a sudden, little girl's playing outside, and oh, that's new. No, fool. I'm not talking about general eye. I'm talking about because his face got so full, his eyes have gotten fucking smaller.
What's the name of this movie again?
Jesus Christ, can you? Knock at the cabin door. Or knock at the cabin. Sorry, not the cabin door. Knock at the cabin. And he walks up to her, just this creep ass dude in the forest, just chilling. And the whole trailer is him talking to the daughter. Well, shots are overlapping. And it's him, Rupert Grant, or whatever the fuck Harry Potter's dude's name is, and two other actresses. And they just break in his house like, listen, we are here on a very important mission, and you have a choice. One of you need to fucking go, as in die. If not, the world will literally end. We are here to save everything. What's it going to be?
Okay.
What are you laughing at?
I'm looking at the trailer.
Yeah.
That motherfucker looks... Maybe he just gained weight for the role, but it looks like he's got stung by bees.
Right. Like he's very
swollen.
just full. I'm like, oh, okay. So yeah, but it looks intriguing. I'm here for it, and I can't wait to see what the twist is. But apparently, they're extremists here to save the world. And in order to do so, this hard ass choice has to be made. And it's a quick trailer, but it's nice. I like it. Shyamalan has been hitting lately. I haven't seen Old, so I can't speak on that.
Yeah, me either. Heard it was okay though.
Yeah, I heard it's not bad. But we'll see.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was gonna ask you, did you watch any of Andor? I forgot to bring it up.
Surely didn't.
So I watched all three, and I actually like it a lot. Really good start. You know, it is 3, 40-minute episodes or whatever. But legitimately, it's interesting. But basically, I could see why they released the first 3, because they're a contained story, really. And the way episode 3 ends, like even how it's just shot and like edited and cut, episode 3 ends like it's a finale. Like it's loud music with like intercutting between like aftermath of characters and just like montage type of thing. It literally feels like the finale, like where you're seeing what, characters recovering from what they just did or whatever it may be.
Okay.
And and it kind of is like a ship taking off into space type of scenario where you're like, oh, what's next? And it's like, this is actually, you'll have episode 4 next week. And it's like, oh shit. So I am like, if you thought Mandalorian was supposed to be ground level Star Wars, like jump into the sewer.
I'm hearing that. That is
like,
very like,
it is super ground level. And besides the fact that Cassian in the first like episode or 2 especially is kind of a spoiled brat. Like he's the town fuck up that everyone keeps doing favors for, and he's like, I'll pay you back. And finally people are like, hey, you gonna pay me the fuck back? And he's like, I don't have it. And
so Han Solo got it.
Somewhat just less likable.
Of course.
And but at the end of the day, where the third episode leaves off, like there's one that's even the thing, is there's like space cops that are chasing him by the third episode, and one of them is like to a T, like such a prick, like a perfect cop, like. But the problem is they are not Empire. Like the world that Cassian is from and the world that they're on is so minuscule that the Empire didn't even put stormtroopers on site. They just kind of hire a third-party police company to, patrol. And so they all suck. And like this guy's like, he thinks he's an Imperial officer. And like he one of the guys is like, did you make your suit fit you better? And he's like, yeah, I did some upholstering and whatever, I wanted it to look nice. And like he thinks he's an Imperial officer, but in reality he's a space cop, but he's like taking his job super serious. And that guy's like, you want to talk about hating Alicent? Fuck this guy. Like, you just, the vibe that he gives you, you just hate him
I don't think
so
I can hate
much.
anyone more than Alicent.
Yeah, you I don't know, man. You'll fucking despise this guy just because he's so annoying. But yeah, I really think, like, if you're bored, I think you could sit down and watch them and enjoy it. Because at the end of the day, I really like being in the world of Star Wars. I also really like that, at least as of right now, there's no big characters that they could fuck up for me. So I'm kind of carefree. And the world's nice. I mean, you've got Cassian having to make decisions that are pretty fucking rough. You've got people legitimately trying to kill him, and yeah, we like it kind of feels similar to what episode 5 of House of the Dragon felt like, where they released these first 3 episodes because it's all one big pilot.
Okay.
And then it's like, hey, 10-year time jump. This is the real story, and now you're starting to see that it's real. The story is really not even about her being the heir, but it's about the kids and how and all these things. And so for this one, you have these first 3 episodes, and it's just kind of getting you a basis of the world that we're in and what he's up to and things like that. And then by the 3rd episode, you're like, oh shit, this episode 4 is going to show us what Andor is really about. So I definitely recommend it. I know that you have no care about it, and I don't blame you one bit, because it's not a big character. But also, if you have any desire to get into that world of Star Wars, I think that you'll enjoy yourself well enough to be glad that you at least watched them, because it's super high quality. There's nothing wrong with effects. I mean, they spent all the money on it, and practical sets, a lot of them, looks great. So yeah, I mean, I think you'd enjoy it, but also it's fucking Cassian Andor, so I can see why it's not on your radar.
Right. Yeah. No. But we'll see. I'll creep.
Yeah, because episode comes out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tonight.
I also did see a little movie. I finally watched Orphan First Kill.
Okay.
Which is interesting. I know you haven't seen the original, stuff like that, but not bad. It's one of those where the sequel to it is like
better.
Good job. No. It's good. It's like, okay, this is a good follow-up. Like, it's not shit. It's not ass. They didn't drop the ball. They surprised us with a new twist that works. So it's like, holy shit. Because you go in already knowing what the main twist is about Esther. So it's like, where the fuck can you go from this?
Yeah.
Due to the first movie. But they found a way, and Julia Stiles is fucking great. Didn't expect to say that shit, but I was like, wow, good job. So those of you who haven't seen Orphan First Kill, check it out. And if you have, let me know what you think. Since we're in the age of horror now. A while. It's been a while since, I've been trying to see it for ages, waiting on people, but
okay.
Now I finally did it.
Gotcha.
There's this movie I want to see that I'm curious to see the trailer for, and I want to know, have you seen the trailer for The Menu, or another movie called The Menu?
Okay. Haven't seen the trailer for it, but Chris Stuckman tweeted, and he was at like a film festival, and he just saw it, and he's like, one of the best movies of the year. Like, he fucking loved it. Apparently it's hilarious, but also like also it's like a satire. So yeah, I don't know, but like I literally today went onto my AMC app and like set the reminder for tickets, because apparently it's great. I didn't even know there was a trailer out, so I gotta watch that.
There's 2, but the most latest one is better.
Okay.
So yeah, I really want to see it. I just wanted to get your take on it, because I didn't know if you saw the trailer or not.
I mean, the cast is unfucking believable. So
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Miss O'Anya, Miss Taylor-Joy.
Mm-hmm.
Are they done filming Furiosa yet, or are they in the middle of that still? I think they're in the middle of that still, actually.
That's a good question.
I just want to know, are they going to give her some blue ass fucking contacts? Because she's supposed to be Furiosa. her eyeballs ain't gonna stand out on top of that shit like Charlize. So give me some bullshit.
I'm sure they will.
Cause I was like, I see it, but I'm like, her eyeballs, man. We'll see. I don't know. All right, I think that's going to do it. I am starving, so I'm gonna make me some fucking food.
All right.
But great show today.
Yeah.
Really good show. Thank you for everyone that showed up, and you still people in here held strong.
I know.
Us.
I don't
Thank
know
you
why.
so
I
much.
have. Yeah, I got some people in here, man.
Yeah, so it's like it's awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Again, if you are new and you're just coming across, please hit that subscribe button. Really appreciates it. I really appreciates it. Really appreciate it a lot. Hit that thumbs up. Helps the show reach a lot more people. We can keep growing, but we need you guys' help and support. So thank you so much. Hit that notification bell to be reminded when all episodes drop, which is every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on YouTube. So Logan, tell people where they can find you and what you got going on, good sir.
You can find me right here on the Twitter, Logan_Swish. I'm going to be reacting to Andor and also She-Hulk on Patreon. So look up Logan Swish for that. Obviously, my YouTube channel. And then, subscribe to John. He's in my description. If you think you're subscribed to him, you're possibly not subscribed to him. So go ahead and check that out because he's had to make a different channel and it's all the shit.
Yeah,
so
it's a lot.
Definitely go sub because he's gonna attempt to react to She-Hulk, I guess, again.
Yep. I'm gonna keep trying until I fucking.
All right. What Wolverine suits do we want to see? I'm gonna go with the brown and
Yeah.
I definitely don't want X-Men 1.
That or the Weapon X suit or the Ultimate. Was it the Ultimate one? Suit, which would be dope and trans.
I mean, like blue and yellow?
No, but
X-Men?
I'm sure they'll probably go with that, but I'm sure they'll make it cool.
I think they would go with the brown because I'm guessing he's more solo than a part of the X-Men.
Could be. Very true. All the more to go Ultimate or a Weapon X suit because maybe they're going to touch upon some Weapon X shit. Who knows? Deadpool was wearing the Weapon X suit in the trailer. I mean, in the announcement, so we'll see. Who knows? All right, and you can find me right up top on all forms of social media. Be sure to go and hit that follow. Come, have a laugh, watch me be a fool, whichever one. Doesn't mind. Logan's profile can be in the description as well, so go show that love. Everybody, we thank you. We love you. It's your boy Knight.
And I'm Logan.
And as always, we'll see y'all in the cave. Peace.
Later, guys.